What is happening? What's going on, everybody? Bud's Creek review time. Catch Doug up on what happened this weekend time.
Yeah, I got my Juggy shirt on, dude. The original.
Oh, is
How do
that
you
what
like
that
my
is?
Yeah, how do you like my jugs, dude?
Oh, that's sick. When I first glanced at it, I thought it was two pistons looking at each other in a very terrible direction. You normally
No,
don't
they're
want your pistons going in a direction like that. But now that you say it, I see jugs and not pistons at a glance.
yeah. Yeah, this is the old I decided to wear it to remind everybody this September 11th, Lifetime Juggy Club. I'm a member. I already paid. I don't know if I had to, but I did. So,
I still need to.
you
I
should.
still need to. Gonna need to get that. Need to get that done and forget about it. Spent so much time talking to Jesse about it last week and forgot to do it.
I know.
But
I heard the show. You guys did pretty good, man. It's pretty
which
good.
Jesse
Okay.
came in and saved me. Keep everybody entertained.
Right? You
Keep them
just need better
entertained.
jokes, dude.
I know. I need to write some down and just read them off in a non-bland like manner.
I don't know if
And that
jokes
should.
work like that.
Do they not work like that?
My jokes don't. I don't know.
Oh,
If I wrote them
yeah,
down, I would surely screw them up, dude. Like, I'm not a
yeah,
comedian. I'm just a clown, dude.
yeah.
There's a difference.
I'll just have to practice mine a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you can go over to power number 2 theground.com. Check out the website. Get a look into the Jug Club, where it's going to be, what's going to happen. Go over there, sign up for it. Join some of the, I think Jesse said there were 10-ish lifetime memberships left as of last week. I should have asked him before today to find out how many were left. Hopefully it's less. Maybe it's more. I don't know. You can go over there, check it out, see what Jesse's got going on the website. Keep on for updates. Go over there, hang out, play pick'ems with us. I have yet to do the math from Saturday to see how that shook up the leaderboard. I was out in the woods for too long yesterday, but I will get that updated soon. Check it out. And we got 3 more rounds left. Go in there, play with us. Win yourself a trophy if you knock it out. And then we'll be back again for Supercross, especially with that upgraded Pick'ems Pro for the Juggies. Get some super action in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Guys can come challenge me to Supercross pick'ems again.
Yeah. Yeah. Doug was killing it. I
ended up something like barely into the triple digits, like on the backside for what was the one that we played? Rocky Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
that one's even trickier. Those step points, man. Those points are
yeah.
depressing.
I almost made it into the double digits, man. I was so close. One more good week, and that was missing a week too. So if I would have if the site wouldn't have screwed up my first week, we would have been off and running.
Off and running.
Oh
Taking home all the money.
All of it. I did anyway, but I won all my pay leagues. But
I made some money in fantasy last year. I paid for the habit in 2021, so that's always the goal.
Oh yeah, whenever you can pay for your habits, it's always good. Then you don't end up like a crackhead and stealing air conditioners and stuff. So
I don't know. I got a pair of Jinkos I can fit an air conditioner in.
You probably do have Jinkos, dude. They're gonna come back. We're like going through the 80s on all the weird like style rotator thingies or whatever. Fashion, I guess, is what they call it.
Fashion, that's what they call it. Yeah. Jinkos. Putting air conditioners in my Jinkos. You need them. They get so hot. But after you go check us out, go over to brotacofoods.com. Check out some of the raddest hot sauce in town. I just had some on my dinner before we started the show. Had some on my breakfast. Had some on my dinner last night. I don't know what to say other than it kicks ass. I don't know how many bottles are left, but if there are any, you should go over there, jump on it, use the code PTTG, 20% off. Get you some hooked up. And get you some of the Brap sauce, our special that he made for us. I use that any other time I'm not using the Radberry. I've started hiding some in my office now for lunch. This shit's a killer. You just got to use it all before Doug buys all the bottles that Sean makes in the small batch quantities.
What are you talking about?
What? I mean, you save some bottles. You leave them some bottles. You don't buy them all up at a time.
No, just I take whatever half the batch is and I buy those.
Leave some for the rest of us peasants. Yeah, go check out Sean over there. Tell him hello. If you're he's in Washington, right? Not Oregon. He's in one of those Pacific Northwest states. He's doing a local Get Sauced Fest here coming up soon. You can actually go on his website and he's got a special 3-pack of sauces, and you can get a sweet ass limited edition shirt for this Get Sauced Fest, and check it out. And then we got that.
I'm talking shit to Coda on the Discord. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, on powertotheground.com, link to the Discord. Come check us out on Discord. We can talk shit to Coda, Jesse, Doug, myself, everybody. We can just talk shit together or tell jokes that I can then later use in the stream and act like they were my own.
Right?
No
Don't cross
deal.
streams. That's a urinal joke all day.
I laughed about
all
that.
Day.
Yeah, so Bro Taco Foods, go check them out. And
get sauced.
Get sauced. And then up next, big thanks to Sunstar Sprockets and Chains. Doug, do you have a good read memorized for Sunstar Sprockets and Chains after spitting it out over and over and over and over again to educate your fellow friends?
I do.
A good word of Sunstar.
But I'm pretty sure that I have sales pitch regurgitation PTSD right now.
All right, I got this.
Right, dude, I fit a whole 40-minute presentation in 20 minutes, and I sounded like an auctioneer. Like, it was weird. I don't even think I took a breath in like 20 minutes. But
your VO2 max probably doubled.
Yeah, that's the one nice thing about riding bikes so much is I actually had the breath to be able to do it.
I can talk all day.
No, I mean, I could do it real quick. I do it all day anyway. It's kind of my job. My gerb.
I'm not gonna take your gerb.
I mean, you can have it. Sunstar-braking.com. Stop on over there. Check out what Sunstar and Braking have for your bikes. You can use code PTTG30 during the checkout. Get 30% off your entire order. That goes for shirts, hats, brake pads, brake rotors, sprockets, chains, counter shafts. And if you can't find what you're really looking for, we are in the middle of rebuilding our website to make it more user-friendly. If you can't find what you're looking for, shoot me an email at support@sunstar-braking.com, and we'll get y'all squared away. Make sure that you get that 30%. I know Coda made the switch. He seems to be pretty happy. If you guys don't know who Coda is Jesse's nephew. He's a up-and-comer up there in the old Rhode Island. He's pretty quick, man, and he's bringing free riding back. I love that. Free riding needs to come back.
Coda's going to make it off-road island?
He was talking about going off-roading. Didn't he just post a picture of like an LTZ 400? And he's like, I'm going to go beat up on all the GNCC guys. Maybe I'll race him. He's pretty young. I've raced in the old man class, but I don't.
You're on the track at about the same time anyways, right? All the quads?
Yeah, depending on which one I show. Like if I would go up to Noya, which would probably be the one that he would race, I would race in the morning. I've never ran that series, but then you got to compete with guys like John Sosa Jr. That dude's a beast on a quad. Hunter Hart just showed up there. He's a top 5 national guy. I ain't got nothing for that. They beat me before I even start my quad.
But you're on the track at the same time,
right? Give them high fives, dude. What I really want to do, I missed.
Just smack them on the ass and say, "Keep going, man."
Right. That's I missed Adam McGill racing the IXCR series right over in Indiana. He showed up, hung out with my buddy Carter's kid and stuff like that. Now that dude is the epitome of what grassroots racing is. If you guys don't know who Adam McGill is, you should stop over at his Instagram and check it out. He's I've posted it up. I think I did it on Facebook, but I know it was in Discord. He was that dude that was going through Howard's Hole, which is that big mud spot, and he grabbed the beer out of that dude's hand and slammed the beer while he's going through the mud hole. That is Adam McGill.
I think I saw you.
That dude is awesome. He's the people's champ, dude.
People's champ. That's what you got to be. Yeah. So be like Coda. Go to Sunstar. Get your bikes hooked the hell up. Learn to ride everything off road all the time. Transfer Rhode Island into off road island just because you're on Sunstar. Or through one of those fancy street riders, you can get one of those sprockets and have it all polished up, like that one Doug's got on his desk, and just
Do you know how long it took me to polish that, dude? Because they come out like regular stainless. I polished that all by hand with my Harley stuff, dude.
Is it worth the extra horsepower?
I think it looks good on the camera.
Sounds good.
I don't have a bike that'll fit, dude.
It's pretty large.
I'll tell you, what does this fit? Let me look real quick. I can't even see. 3547. So this is a KTM sprocket. If you want a shiny KTM Z sprocket, 50 tooth, let me know, and I'll give you this one.
Sign it even.
Yeah, dude, and it's stainless, so it holds its polish pretty nice, and like the water and stuff just runs right off of it. It's so nice.
Just a pretty accessory to help make you go fast.
Oh, Coda's friends switch too. Coda, you should have hooked him up with me, man. I'd given everybody discounts up at Rhode Island, dude. Let's make Rhode Island great again through Moto. I don't know what else they have going on up there, like lobsters or something. No, that's Maine. What does Rhode Island have, except for being the state everybody forgets on the map?
I had an embarrassing conversation with a coworker last week, but I forgot how many states start with the letter A.
It's a couple.
It was terrible, man. It was terrible. I knew AR was Arkansas, and I was bragging about that, but then all of a sudden I was going through and I realized all the other ones that were also A. Oh, Coda's in Mass. See, he's not even in Rhode Island.
Oh, Massachusetts. They're all the same.
He's a masshole.
Right? New England.
They probably take offense to that.
Yeah. So he eats like clam chowder and I don't know, talks like he's from The Departed. Nah, that's just Boston, isn't it?
In Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways. And then finally the wonderful sponsor that gives us the tools to come here and talk about people in Boston and clam chowder. Nova Pro Media. NovaPro.media. That's the website, people.
Hey, you got it this time, dude.
I did. I remembered because it's
right.
Important.
Video high five. Boop.
Yeah, go check them out. You need some stuff to get your business hooked up in the social media websites, email newsletters, all that good stuff. Jesse clearly knows what he's doing if you check out our website, or as I learned recently, the Bro Taco Foods website, especially that sweet upgrade he did at the beginning of the month. It's killer. Go check him out.
Know he built that one, dude?
I didn't that day. When I logged in, I sent Sean a message. I was like, man, this website's killer. How soon am I getting my Radberry? He said, thanks, but Jesse did it, and it finally clicked. I had no idea. I didn't know.
Jesse likes to push all the ones and zeros, man.
Just over there speaking in the beep boops.
Right?
Beep, bop, boop, boop.
He puts on his sweet Keanu Reeves jacket and just starts pushing buttons, and then cool websites show up, dude.
Yes.
Got it. Great 90s movie magic, dude. Yes. 90s movie magic.
I can't even start quoting that movie right now. Anyways, go check out NovaPro.media. Go tell them hello, at the very least. Send them an internet high five.
Oh, yeah.
Probably got a button for that.
He does now.
Yeah, he will. I willed it into existence.
Right.
So, Bud's Creek, man. Do you have any immediate questions or observations that you want to touch on from what you know about it or not? Or do you just kind of want to dive into the 250s and just roll through what happened?
We can just kind of dive into it. I mean, I like Bud's Creek. It's one of my more favorite tracks I wanted to try to get there this year. It just wasn't in the cards, man. There was zero chance of me getting from Boise to Maryland fast enough, especially like with how much trouble that we ran into on the way back. There was no way I wouldn't have been able to make it even if I wanted to. But it was, track felt like it held up all right. It's a fast track. It's a tight track, so I don't know. It was Budds Creek, man.
I was embarrassed. I remember my original plan for an outdoor that I was going to try to go to was High Point, and after that, I thought I looked and realized that the closest one by far outside of High Point, which was much closer, was Ironman.
Yeah, and then it was Budds Creek. I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But it turns out I was disappointed because I had a friend and somebody in Charlotte was telling me, it's like, oh, I should just win. It's like 4.5 hours away.
Yeah, I think we figured out it was Budds Creek, Ironman, and then High Point, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I just completely forgot that Budds Creek was an option, and I can't go to Ironman next weekend because of work now. And if I would have known, I could have been like, crap, I could have been at Budds Creek today.
You got to walk into work with your toilet paper, dude. Walk right up to your boss's desk and say, I'm not working on Friday or Saturday because we're going to watch Moto at the Ironman. And he'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but stop with the toilet paper jokes.
Yep.
Sometimes you just got to put your foot down, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, Moto and punk rock, man. You got the hair. Let her rip, dude.
Just let it rip.
And then you get on your GS that makes little noises when you go to leave, dude. And then they all laugh at you. But because it's a GS.
Yeah. It's cool to them.
Right? They're like, that's a fancy bike.
Yeah.
It's all big and shiny.
Lots of lights on it.
Right?
Shiny silver cases.
Oh, speaking of that, before we do jump into the 250s too much, how about Loretta's, bro? That's
RIP, man.
Basically breaking news.
That was some of those photos.
I didn't even see what the last I heard from one of the guys that I talked to, Waverly, Tennessee flooding. So if you guys don't know or are kind of out of the loop, Waverly, Tennessee, which is just outside of where Loretta Lynn's is it? I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's essentially gone, dude. Like, it is flooded horribly. Let me see if I can bring my freaking computer.
Check this out.
My computer decided to switch itself over to Bing instead of Google, so now I get absolutely nothing that I'm searching for.
We can do this, and it's not going to kick us off, right? We can show that.
Oh.
So yeah, plenty of Instagram posts. So here's a before and after picture, or a before and during picture of Loretta Lynn's from Davey Coombs of Racer X's Instagram. And then there was some. Where are we at?
Make it
Emig posted some.
If you turn the chat off and switch your shared screen to full screen,
chat overlay, and then
I guess the dam gave way, dude. Like, it's gone.
Yeah, there was some. Ooh.
But the head rancher down there, the guy that pretty much makes sure the grounds are all ready for us when we go down for amateur racing or even the pro nationals last year, he lost his life. So he actually grabbed a hold of an outbuilding that was down there, and when the floodwaters kept rising, there's almost no outbuildings left on the property, from what I understand. The only part of the track that I could actually see to be able to tell that it was Loretta's was the tabletop all the way up at the top by the finish line, dude. Like, everything else is essentially gone. So
somebody posted a carousel of images that was more than just that before and after photo the other day, but
a lot of them put them up and then took them back down.
I think it was because somebody posted that one where you could see the track.
Yeah, Dave,
or what was left of the track, but
Dave that used to run Engine Ice, he posted some. He doesn't run the Engine Ice Instagram anymore, though. He sold the company. and I can't remember what his actual Instagram handle is, but I mean, it's bad, man. Like it's, I think I might be surprised if they race next year at this place, to be honest with you. It's not good. Not only for the track, but the community. There was something like, I think the last count I heard was 22 confirmed dead, and there were still like 60 to 80 people that were still missing. So,
yeah, it looks like they're gonna do some support initiatives to get you ways to help.
Yeah, that's
so
we
keep
got
an eye out for that.
We were talking about that today in the we were doing a bunch of meetings for budget stuff for next year, and it got brought up, and we're waiting to see what MX Sports does, because we might jump on board with them, or we might do something ourselves if they don't do it in a timely manner. But I mean, that's just down the street, man. That's only about 5 hours away from us, and I've been down there. I've been down there quite a bit, man, and they've always treated me good. So it's and they've always treated the moto community good. So be on the lookout. That is one nice thing about the moto community, man, is when crazy shit like this does happen, we tend to band together. So let's keep an eye out to try to help the communities that have always welcomed us with open arms. You know, gave us a place to showcase our amateur skills.
Make it happen.
Oh yeah. It's and the 40 year too. This was the 40th year for the Nationals. It's crazy if it was just like a week or two before. I think, what are we up to, 2 weeks now? Like it would have been so much worse. So much worse. I mean, it's horrible now, but with everybody camped out around that track, and if that would have happened, oh my gosh, dude. Like,
could have been bad.
Yeah, I mean, it easily could have been one of the worst things that's happened in that area ever. So I'm just glad that nobody, or I guess I'm glad for the timing. How do I say this?
It could have been worse, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that it happened when it did.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still feel real bad for those people down there, but I'm also thankful that it didn't happen when everywhere around there was completely packed for miles and miles. So keep an eye out for stuff like that. We'll try to throw some stuff up on Facebook as we learn stuff. And that just happened, like late afternoon yesterday, going into tonight or something like that. So it's still fresh, man. So
yeah, it was like a Friday, Saturday, mostly with the rain.
Yeah,
that was rough. So yeah, they still got something like that. Just doesn't go away.
Yeah, it's a lot of cleanup. So, and if you're down in that area, you need a little bit of help, man. Don't be afraid to reach out if you are. I think I reached out to most of my friends that are already down there, but I'll see about getting you some like toiletries and stuff like that. Try to get some stuff down to you, even if I gotta drive it down myself. We'll get you squared away. A friend of the show is a friend indeed, man. So just yeah. Now on to 250s.
250s. All right. So yeah, I think kind of compared to last weekend, it was, or similar to last weekend. There was some action. There wasn't. I mean, there's always some action. They didn't literally just line up and stay in the same position the whole way. But as far as the important action up front, Moto 1, Jacob got the whole shot. One of the things I wanted to look back and see that I forgot that I ran out of time to look at was they were making a point, because this track with the start is a little bit maybe trickier, is the right word to use, than some of the other ones. Yeah, it's definitely an odd start compared to some of the other national tracks. They were making a point, starting position is a huge deal here. So it's not like Justin or Jeremy Martin and Jet, all three of them aren't going to get good qualifying times, right, as of late.
Yeah.
But it's more or less with a start like that, the difference between third and first in qualifying is a huge difference in your start pick. But they were also saying that, and they made a good point that you get first. If you're Jet and you don't get first, okay, but just make sure you're lining up right beside Justin. So if you're not going to get second, and I wanted to see where he lined up at, but I mean those two fixtures are kind of hard to touch on the starts, anyways, especially if there's any sort of a hill or angle to it. And Justin Cooper got the whole shot in the first moto, and J Mark got the whole shot in the second moto. Justin just took off with that whole shot. It wasn't a barely whole shot. He got the whole shot and he led, and he had within the first full lap, he had a 4-second lead already.
Yeah.
And then 3 laps in, he had a little incident. They didn't show it on camera, but he went down. It likely went down because his lap times dropped by like 5 or 6 seconds. But then he picked it back up and then just threw down more heaters and had a 7-second lead in no time. Fortner had a good start off the front of the first moto. Hampshire was up there, but the key point was, where's Jet? Jet was in 7th, right behind Jeremy Martin. And then, from there, Justin Cooper stays in first the whole time. Jet makes his way all the way up to second before the end of the moto, which is good because normally when he's had starts that are not the greatest, he's not
He just hangs out around there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get around people, especially with guys like that in front of him, because he had Forkner. I mean, Swole is somebody they normally make work of. He had Forkner in front of him. He had Hampshire in front of him. He had Marchbanks in front of him at the beginning of the first moto. So there was some people to get around. Marchbanks made it a little bit easier. He had an error. He put in the work to get to second. He didn't. He knew what he had to do.
Yeah, it looked like him and Jeremy kind of just like ran into each other, and they essentially pretty much raced each other to the front.
Yeah, I think they probably knew that was the thing, is just not hold each other up and let's just run.
Yeah,
run with it. And they did that, and Jet made some of the passes he made were good and pretty skillful looking passes. He didn't just wait for the easy stuff to get around. He knew he had to get to work and get there if he was going to have a chance at either catching Justin or making up as many points as he could. And then it ended up finishing with Justin, Jet, Jeremy, 1, 2, 3 in there. Shimoda was doing pretty good, especially I was kind of worried after last weekend that he hurt his hand or something pretty bad, but he was doing good. He was battling Hunter in the first moto, and actually heard today Hunter said his clutch basically stopped working in the first moto, and he was riding without a clutch. You would know, I know how a clutch works, but I don't know. There was one of the parts he said that basically didn't fall off, but came disconnected with the clutch. It wasn't something that rung a bell, and there must have been a piece in the basket that I just didn't recognize. And he said effectively his clutch just wasn't working.
Are those Hondas? I can't remember, and I feel kind of stupid for not remembering those. Are those Hondas cable or hydraulic?
I do not know what the 21 250s are.
Yeah, I can't remember. I want to say they're cable, which if they are, it's not super unheard of for like the actuator arm or something like that to mess up.
I'm gonna look real fast. But he did pretty good because he was battling with Shimoda the whole time. But even then, and then he had his fork leg was. Oh, Coda's saying it's cable. I trust Coda to know. Probably touched more of them recently than I have.
Yeah.
Read that how you want. Yeah. So and then his fork leg was hanging off the whole time, which was kind of funny because then you could see that you forget. Sometimes they go out of the way. They get those fork legs look real sweet with the coatings that they got on them. And then I had the idea. I'm verbally copywriting this, however, that doesn't work because I went to school and learned that doesn't work that way. But I'm saying, verbally trademarking this, clear fork leg guards. You with me?
Yeah.
Let's get on that. Do that, and you can do some cool shit with that. So that way, you're not hiding the beautiful coatings that are on those fork legs. Anyway, so Hunter had issues. He did pretty good to make it 6 because it was kind of like, well, if you're fighting for top 3 in the championship, where are you at right now? Because Jeremy Martin missed 2 races, basically 2.5, and he's kicking your ass. So.
Yeah, but it's also Jeremy Martin. That dude was born on a 250, and he'll probably die on one too. So, does that really count?
No, but it's if there's, when you're looking at the race, I'm like, hey, Hunter, you need to, top 3 in the championship. Your brother's fighting for first. Let's get this figured out.
Right. You need to go battle the dude that has raced a 250 longer than when the 250 was the premier class. Mm-hmm. Go to it. Get on it, man. Get on it. Good luck, buddy.
That's about all there was for the first one. Fortner finished top 5, so it's good to see him come out there and do it. Maybe this really was a confidence thing for him, and he just needed to.
Yeah, I still think
like, oh shit, I can do it. He's clearly he's missing some endurance or something. Yeah. Or he doesn't like his bike set up to last when the stuff gets rough, but he's coming around.
I'm still going to say Joe Shimoda is the only one on that whole team flying the flag, though.
Oh, yeah. He's been carrying it. And you can tell, he's getting way more, not that he's not been honest, but he's been way more open. And, you'll see the oh, sorry for my sponsors kind of thing. But Joe's Instagram post this week, he just said, it was literally just I'm sorry, I should be better. It's clear how much more kind of open he is about it. He's not excited about it. He realizes he's letting his team down.
But he feels like he's letting his really team isn't down. Bad. Yeah.
No, it's not. But that's got to be a lot of weight when you're fucking walking into the rig multiple times over the weekend, and all you see is that door of number ones, and you're just like, oh shit.
And then you got to go talk to Mitch.
Yeah.
But it's his starts are what killed him this week, man.
Yeah, and he's been saying that, I think that's what his post said is I have to get better about my starts. So I suck at them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But he's not too bad. There's even then, if you're going to throw 6 names into a hat of who should be in the top 6, I'd throw Joe in there. So.
Oh yeah.
That.
And that's I would honestly throw Schwartz in there too, just kind of overall 250. But even his starts, his first start was horrible. Mm-hmm. I think he was right there around Joe, in the 10 to, I think, 13th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, if he would have actually gotten a decent start, he very well could have been up front. That dude is impressive this year.
Oh, he's been killing it for sure. Bringing it home on the Suzuki. He and Preston Kilroy. So I was telling Jesse last week I was really impressed with him. For just he had talk at Loretta's because he did okay, but he obviously didn't have the hype like Kitchen had, and so for him to come out on the Suzuki and doing it, and to Coda's point, I was really impressed with Masterpool this weekend. There was the what was it the First Moto. Yeah, First Moto. He was credited with the 3rd start on there. Yeah. And even then, to go 8-8 in the First Moto, that's pretty damn good. He's is he straight up on his own this time, or is he supported? I can't remember. I remember I've looked at his stuff multiple times, but I don't think he's on any sort of team.
He gets help.
I know he's got sponsors, but
he's
there by himself, right?
He gets help from a team. His old mechanic owns a team. It's called Invictus Speed Crew, and it used to be called Excel J Mods. He helps him out a lot.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him up there. It's got to be pretty exciting for him.
To
be able to remember those guys.
I don't think he's officially on the team, but he's always got an official spot on the team, if that makes sense. Like, he's not listed on their roster, but if he shows up, it's like all hands on deck type of stuff. So
yeah, he was doing pretty good. Moto 2, J Mart gets the whole shot, starts taking off. Kitchen was up there kind of towards the front, up top 10 of the pack. He had a little get together with Swole. J Coop didn't have the best start. He was in 5th. And then that's when I had a lot of exclamation points in my notes about Master Bull being in 3rd on the second moto. It was pretty good to see him up there. And then we had Source. He started out, he was in the top 10, like we were just talking about. Fry was even up there, which is, kind of good to see him do that too. But Master Bull had an issue and backed down. He still finished 9th in the second moto. So 8th overall for him on the weekend, which is great. But then as far as the championship's concerned, J Mart brings it home, 1st place. Jet manages to hold on to 2nd, and Justin Cooper can only work it up to 4th. And he's basically he said he got sick this week and he wasn't feeling good. And so before he said that, I would have written it off to, well, last week he was really vocal about my bike just sucked second moto and it wasn't worth pushing it because I can't win a championship if I push it wreck. Right. So I was thinking that maybe something happened there. But I also too, before I knew that he was sick, there's guys that feel it and can hold a 7-second lead in a moto. But then there's also guys that do that and then they're not going to be able to recover for anywhere near that kind of a ride in an hour.
Yeah.
And that's why I just read it off to. I was like, the dude blew his load way too hard in the first moto to come back and do it. Like, I just, you got to protect yourself, but also I'm surprised he didn't try to manage his pace a little bit better in the first moto, maybe, or maybe he was just feeling it too good and it wasn't really that hard for him. I don't know, but I was kind of surprised to see him just go that hard in the first moto and then to see him kind of, it was a terrible term, but shit the bed in the second moto as far as performance was kind of a little let down. So, it is what it is, but he still got, he only lost 1 point to Jet over the weekend, which is, if you're going to lose a point on it, 1 point. So they're at that, where are we at? 250 championship point standings. Got Jet behind him with 3 points. Jacobs in first, and then J Mart's probably got third because I just don't see Hunter beating J Mart the next 3 races of the season.
Yeah,
but it's close. And then RJ's just kind of hanging out there in 5th.
I might take Hunter on to maybe split the last 2 with Jeremy.
Because of the West Coast?
Yeah, that and Hunter doesn't look bad on those tracks, man. Out there with like that cement sand that they got that they try to pass off as sand, the desert floor. He seems to be pretty decent on those, and it's something that he's used to. I mean, he grew up racing on that stuff. J Mart, while he's been racing forever, didn't necessarily grow up racing on that stuff, and Hunter's he has the potential to be an assassin. He's super smooth, like real intricate with how he rides. There's a lot of 16s and stuff like that across his points though that doesn't necessarily show it, but I don't want to count him out of the last 2. Ironman, I think J Mart's going to take Hunter all day on Ironman.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, and that I think Justin and Jet are going to have a hard time with J Mart at Ironman as well. I just don't know how to split the top 2 in the 250s. Like, it is literally a crapshoot. They just go back and forth.
With the 3 points, 3 point gap. I mean, it's the difference between first and second place every weekend. or in a moto, one moto, first to 25, seconds 22.
Oh yeah.
And that's their difference. It's who's gonna. And so then if you get J Mart stealing some wins there, and then so you're dealing with maybe second, third on a weekend for 22 points and 20 points, then it's a little different. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna. I'm pretty excited to see this championship so close, 3 rounds out, and knowing that it's probably going to stay pretty close, unless one of them just has a terrible incident. Something that they maybe could have controlled, but it was mostly out of their hands.
Yeah.
You could argue about certain accidents being in the hands of the rider, but yeah. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. I think J Mart's definitely playing a fun role in stealing moto points, which is exciting.
Yeah. That, and I mean, you can't really count him out for standing on the podium of any of the tracks.
I mean, he was Jeremy won the first moto at Fox, second moto at Fox, won the first moto at Thunder Valley, and then he had this incident that knocked him out for 3 motos.
Yeah.
So he's got it, and he's back to. He's been just doing nothing but first, second, and thirds since Spring Creek. So that he'll be there. But that was about it for the 250s, I think. Let me think. Yeah, other than just giving it credit to all the guys there that showed up this weekend and killed it, especially all the privateer guys. There were a lot of those guys that showed up this weekend, put in some killer results.
I was just reading the PR release from Rock River, the 250 team, and I didn't see anything super worthwhile. I mean, Tommy Rios was there, but I don't know. He's good, but I don't know if he is. It's not the same as having Amart there, and Rios, especially in the second moto, it's like he forgot the gate dropped. But
yeah, 30-second start isn't the best, but finishing 23rd overall on the weekend's not too bad for jumping in there. I mean, he'd been kind of riding. I know one guy that was kind of impressive was the Caden Amarine of Kansas.
Oh yeah,
he showed up and got a 17th overall. He finished with Seth Hamaker, Jerry Robin, Tommy Rios, right there on the heels of Voland and Kilroy. And
yeah, so and it's hard though, because like a lot of these names you would recognize if you watch Loretta's, but you're either good at Loretta's or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're either good at the track or you're not. Like I think Daniel Blair nailed it perfectly, especially with some of these kids that you see coming up. It's not the end all be all. There's plenty of dudes that win pro motos or even supercrosses that never even podiumed at Loretta's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it just comes down to who can race that track better. It's so I don't know. I mean, like Rios and Kitchen and there was a couple other ones. I recognize their names and stuff like that, but it's like it's just weird, because like you see them and they might have got like 10th or something like that at Loretta's in the pro sport, and you're like, oh man, blah blah blah, and then you see them line up at like a professional moto, like where did he finish? Josh Verrees, like what? Like that dude's finished in 11th, and nobody would have put him way up there when he was racing Loretta's and stuff like that. It's interesting, same with Levi Kitchen, man. Everybody expected Levi Kitchen to kind of hit the ground running and be up there top 10 every weekend or something like that. And it's just not true. there's so much more to this sport than just going around one track very fast. If everybody was fast at the practice track, then we wouldn't have racing. You know what I mean?
I'd have some championships.
Right? Me too. But I don't.
Yep. Damn straight. Yeah, the 250 is getting tight. It's still good racing every weekend. Pretty excited to see them try to climb their way up Godzilla next weekend. Let's see. It was pretty exciting watching one of the things you can't. It's hard to talk about, but in the moment watching those races between those top three guys, Coda was talking about some of the fastest lap times from the weekend that that Justin Cooper, he did put in like the fastest lap of the weekend by far in those first three laps when he was making making the lead
room trap.
Well, yeah, but the watching even after that, but to the lap times point was being able to watch the lap times each lap, trying to track how is Martin making ground, is Jet making ground, and seeing them creep up on each other, and then especially when they were running into the because that was one thing I wanted to look at too, when they were running into lappers, looking at it and see how that was gonna play into it, because you had these lap times were a good bit shorter than even last weekend. So this weekend they did, with the way the lap times fell before the clock and the +2, they did 18 full laps this weekend, whereas last weekend they did 15 laps on that track. So that, when you're talking about 2-ish minute lap times, an extra 3 laps is a pretty big deal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're in second or third place trying to catch up to the leader, make up all the points. So tracking the lap times this weekend was pretty exciting, and watching that and seeing what they were doing. They weren't murdering them mid moto. There wasn't really anybody that put in their fastest lap time halfway through or later. They all definitely made advantage of what grooming there was before the second moto and all the grooming before the first moto to do it. But it was pretty exciting to watch those and see how that went down for the weekend. But on to 450s, the big boys.
Just gonna say it now. Nobody has anything for Ferrandis. Not at all. Not even a little bit.
No. Kenny's riding well, really well, but he lost it. He lost it already. Unless something unfortunate happens to Dylan, Kenny lost it already. Unfortunately for him, but yeah, Dylan's just riding hard. I don't think he's by any means the type of guy that would say, I'm going to manage this lead. I think he did that massive
every lap,
quad. He didn't have to do that massive uphill quad. He's riding as hard as he knows how to, because he wants to. It may not be, I want to show that I want it as hard as I could, but he wants to show that I'm not just kind of
here.
I don't bust my ass every day of the week to just hang out.
Yeah.
Right. So he did some killer riding. I mean, Kenny's been on it though, man. Let's see, let me pull this up. Where'd it go? He did got the whole shot, 1-1 in the first moto, 1-2 in the second moto. He didn't get the whole shot in the first moto. He got the whole shot in the second moto. Cooper Webb, the Webby boy, got the whole shot in the first one, which was kind of exciting. It shows that they're figuring something out. The bikes are still good. He's figured it out, but he just may not be up to 30 +2 out there. But he and Marv put in some rides this weekend. They finished. See, Webb finished 5th overall, and Marv finished 7th overall. Marv would have done better, but he had a real shitty start in the first moto. Had to go from 20th to 10th. That doesn't help out.
Yeah.
Tomac was about second there, and then Kenny gets around both of them right there after the whole shot goes and takes it. Bogle was up there pretty good, and then he and Craig had a little get off, and then Craig had another crazy midair gymnastics get off later. Dylan came fifth. He came back all the way around to second, just killing it. I don't know. I mean, all the top guys were up front doing some really good riding. Sexton was being pretty impressive this weekend, even though he was far from impressed with his own performance, as I don't know, any professional rider I would hope would be. I would want them to be like, yeah, I think I did pretty good in fourth. Okay, but he did. He was up there this weekend. Didn't have any major get offs that sent him way to the back, so that's progress, right? Yeah, there was. I mean, it was pretty exciting, especially in this one. Watching the lap times, watching Dylan catch up to the front and just killing it in the first moto and in the second one. I mean, he didn't have as much room to make. If he came around in third of the first one, he only had 2 positions to go to get up to first. But the difference between fifth and second in the first moto, he still had some ground to make up. But then you saw it when he pulled off on the second moto. I've seen him excited this year, but when he pulled off on that second moto, he was fucking pumped, man. He didn't go to the tent to cool off. He rode hauled ass onto the podium and just revved the piss out of that bike, just screaming and yelling and just throwing his hands in the air, just having a good time. It was exciting to see. I mean, he straight off the track onto the podium, full throttle. It was awesome. He was pumped. It's cool seeing a guy like that get excited about it. It'd be totally different. I'd have a hard time being excited about him winning if he wasn't so clearly excited about what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
If he just pulled off, went into the tent, and was like, "Yeah, I'm hot. It was cool. I won." It'd be a little different, a little bit harder to get behind him. But he was doing some work to get up there. We've all seen the video of the quad multiple times now from multiple different angles. That was pretty sick. He just went flying through the air,
breaking the laws of physics.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to just fly up there like that. You're gonna have to come back down. Webb got up there. He was second behind Kenny in the second moto. Sexton was up there again. Tomac was doing okay this weekend. He came finished with a 4.3, which isn't too bad considering. Sexton finished in front of him the first time, but considering this season, the only people really finished in front of him are Dylan and Kenny.
Yeah,
it's not bad, especially after the start of his season. I don't know. Sexton just didn't have it this weekend. He didn't quite have it for Kenny last weekend, and I think we're just at the point of, I guess to your point earlier, nobody's really got anything for Dylan, and he's just going to keep fucking killing it. And let's hope something unfortunate doesn't happen to him.
So here's a question for you concerning 450s. Big rumor, Marv's done at the end of this season, right? Do they pick up Savatgy?
Well, you said done. Marv confirmed he's coming back to the Austrian brand in some form.
Yeah, in some form. But there's a lot of speculation that it's not going to be in the form that you know him as.
So actually, that's a really good thought because I have been.
And Savatgy's free and clear of his contract with Rocky Mountain this year too.
Yeah, he's a free agent. But I've been ridiculously frustrated about that whole Savatgy thing. That he seems like a guy that would kind of keep some stuff under wraps, but some of his actual verbiage when asked about what he's doing, leaves it to be kind of like, I don't know. And I don't know how you could have Savatgy go 6-7 this weekend for 6th overall and not have. But then again, it's like the whole same thing with J-Mart, where James was like, I don't know. Clearly, the fucking guy was working towards re-signing with Star Yamaha, right? And even when he did re-sign with Star Yamaha, he wouldn't say that he re-signed with Star Yamaha, but everybody else was saying it. So maybe Savatgy has a better idea of what's going on, and he's trying to act like, not play dumb is a little rude for his intelligence level, but play dumb to an extent, right? I just, if it's really that case, then Team Rocky Mountain is like a bunch of shit for brains and can't figure out like why would they not rehire him in some aspect? Are they broke? Can they only afford to hire Shane because he doesn't have the results? Why not have Savachi on your team, or like give him an option? Be like, hey man, we've given you an option, so that way he can say, I've been approached with an offer to stay at RM, but I'm maybe exploring some other options or something. I don't know. This is just like basically me ranting about how fucking stupid it is that these people can't be somewhat transparent, or at least get on the same page about like, let's all share the same lie together. But for Joey Savachi to go out and get 6th overall, kill it last weekend, and then all RM or ATVs got to say is like, oh, we signed a new guy.
Yeah.
Who's Joey?
Well, I had also heard that McElrath signing wasn't to replace Savachi, is to replace Bogle.
And I could see that being the case, but it's just like that's the whole lack of transparency of the whole thing, is that it appears of like, well, you got Joey saying, I don't know what's happening, but they clearly just signed another guy, and they've got 2 guys on the team.
It's hard because Joey is, in all honesty, as much as I'm not a huge fan of him, he has factory level talent.
He's killed it this year. He's blown my expectations out of the water.
Well, even years before, I mean, 250s his first year on 450s. Like he hasn't ever done bad, But I think what kills him is when he was younger was his attitude. Man, he just pissed a lot of people off, And it's, unfortunately, this is one of those industries where you can have like all the talent in the world, but if you piss on the wrong guy's Cheerios, you're fucking done, but I think that there is a short straw when it comes to KTM, like factory KTM. And I would really put Savachi on the short list to replace Marv, and I don't know if I would be surprised if we end up seeing Marv in the GPs,
I hadn't thought about that. I'd be a little surprised about that.
I mean, I would be a little surprised, but I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, But at the end of the day, I mean, Marv said that he wants to stay in the United States, but it's got to be either him or like maybe Wilson. Are they going to go white? I don't see Savachi doing very good on the carbon bike, the carbon subframe bike. I think his riding style suits a full steel bike, Yeah.
Barsha's
not going anywhere, and Gas is crazy if they get rid of Barsha. So
I could see them add another 450 guy, though.
I don't know. DeCoster's pretty notorious for orange first before any other brand.
Because I think if Marv left factory KTM, I don't think he'd go to Husky. I think he'd go to Gas.
I could see him going to Gas to help start up the second team, because he does have a lot of knowledge that he could bring with it. It's just there's some movements there, and I mean, it's all speculation and rumor, and this industry is known for having a bunch of people that won't say anything either way about the rumors. I mean, you just had a couple minute rant about it, like they play it
that's
all.
The thing. It's like, saying something about a rumor, but that's the whole point, is they all have an opportunity to make it not a rumor.
Yeah. But
right? Let's get everybody's name. We're all on the good side of the paper. We're all being honest here. We don't have to tell the whole truth, but if we all just share the same partial truth, we're on the same page.
I don't disagree with you, at all. It's just, unfortunately, that's how this industry is, man.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts, to be honest with you. But I would be surprised if Savachi is rocking a Rocky Mountain kit next year. And I think it's because he's honestly, they gave him his second chance in this industry, and he proved that he can do it and not be a dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
And I would not be surprised if a factory picks him up.
If the factory picks him up, I'm cool with it. That's fine. And that means that the RM team did did their job as
Yeah.
a second tier team to kind of help pass guys
Oh,
up.
yeah.
But if for some reason he gets next year and he's having to do a third tier team or something like that, or he's struggling
I
to
don't
find a
see that
super last
happening.
minute, I'd be
Yeah.
just.
I
don't
see
know.
I see him coming back with Rocky Mountain before he would ever end up on a third tier team. The talent level is just it's too big, and there's a lot of unknowns under the whole KTM umbrella. You know, what's Marv doing? What's Wilson doing? Wilson's only on a year-to-year contract. Anderson's gone. You know, I mean, that's the other big rumors. Anderson's going to fucking Factory Cowie.
Oh,
So
I forget a part of this whole puzzle too is that whole Husky team in that.
nobody knows if Rockstar's coming back for sure.
Well, I think I've been trying to find that. I thought I read somewhere and had heard that they confirmed they were re-signing because there were a lot of other teams that they re-signed with
Yeah.
for Husky stuff, like over in Europe and all over the place in Canada. But I
There was
thought
a
I,
couple that they dropped though too. So that's
yeah.
kind of
Um, but the Husky team, if that stays, is that as of recently, Zach's up in there about next year. He's supposedly
yeah.
telling some people, like I've heard some people saying he's telling fans at the races that he's, retiring next year, which, I don't know what that means. Trusting fans
I mean,
reports from the races, but
what
then other
he's
people are saying it potentially. But so if he does leave, then that shakes up the whole. Where do you move the chess
he's
pieces
what
in the KTM umbrella?
36 with a back injury, right? He's 36 or something, isn't he? I think he's
I don't
older than
think
I
he's
am.
36. I know he's at least as old as we are, but I don't think he's 36.
I think
Who
he's
will
older
next
than me.
year?
But it's I mean, he's on the higher end for the age spectrum, I
Oh
guess is
no,
what I'm saying.
he's 31.
31? Yeah, so he's a little younger than me. So I fucked that all up. But it's
I mean, he's at the end. He's at the edge of motocross
yeah.
racers.
And he's got a back injury, man. So would you really be surprised? I mean, what, he's won indoors and outdoor championships,
Oh, I wouldn't be
right?
surprised. No, I'd be a little like, oh, it'd be a tiny bit of surprise because of how much effort he's put into trying to come back, and then it would be more of like a saddened surprise that shit, after all that effort he's put into trying to come back and like really get his stuff back together, so he can put in at least one good
Yeah.
final year after winning a championship, last year. It'd just be a sad, unfortunate thing to kind of see somebody to go through that. And then as a fan, I want to see him come back and do at least one final hurrah. If he's just got to retire because he's like, shit, guys, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
Then it's
Well,
just going to suck.
I mean, you know what one of the greatest dirt bike riders to ever live says? Motocross is the greatest practice for dirt bike racing. So maybe he's just getting in shape to go race his dirt bike, man. Like maybe we'll see him running around with the general, dude. Nobody ever
Maybe.
knows.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to stop riding. I'm sure. I mean, he'd love to go do.
If there's one dude that
six
could
days.
keep up with him and Pastrana, though, I would put Zacho right there. Like that
At the
dude is.
very least, just because he's got the drive to do it. I mean, he went and did that one GNCC out of nowhere last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm
'cause I can.
saying. Like, and that's not unheard of for him either. Like he'll get out there and race whatever. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is. I mean, if him and the general link up and do the Sipes Cross stuff, man, that's a good paycheck for both of them. You know what I mean? And then you throw in Pastrana on top of that. Now it's a huge paycheck for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
All the
maybe.
monies.
And they're all under the same umbrella for the most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Osborne, it's Rockstar's the team. He's not a Rockstar athlete like you would have to worry about doing shit like Red Bull with Pastrana or anything.
Yeah. Pastrana and Sipes are both Red Bull guys, but they all ride KTMs too. Pastrana has a couple of 150s. Yeah.
Well, gasket. Yeah, but yeah, KTM umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a KTM. It's just they painted it the wrong color. Kind of like the Triumph is going to be the black KTM.
Oh. I set you up for that 3 weeks ago. I was wearing my Triumph t-shirt under my KTM jacket and you didn't say shit.
I probably wasn't even paying attention.
Totally missed it. I made a
I'm watching
deliberate
how
fashion outfit, and you ignored me.
I'm watching how every time you're on the camera, there's like a new jersey or knickknack up on your shelves or on the wall.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I finally got my jerseys.
I saw you finally hung them. Those
Yeah,
shadow boxes look nice. I gotta bring mine home from work someday. They look good in the office though, right next to the old Kenny Roxon swag, dude.
I thought about bringing one, like sneaking one into my office at work and just hanging up at the wall, so people would be like, "Huh?"
What is
And
that?
I could be like, "Come, let me
They'd be
tell you
like,
about the
is that
church."
a soccer sweater? What is that?
Soccer sweater?
Yeah, bunch of lawn fairies, man. Soccer's great for holding the real estate for moto tracks, man. Just take them all out and throw some dirt on the top, dude.
Yeah, giant supercross tracks,
Dude, down.
miniature moto tracks.
I still want them to do some outdoor supercross. That was the greatest idea to ever come out of COVID. Just run that shit outdoors. Supercross doesn't have to be indoors. What makes Supercross is the stupid tracks that we've had since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple enough to make.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them, their practice tracks are all outdoors. Why not?
They could do it. Make it happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 450s do that. Touch on the 450 championship point standings real fast. So as we talked
Dylan
about,
Ferrandis, forever.
He's carrying it away. So he's got 150 points in the next three motos. Obviously, if he crashes out this weekend, hurts himself, Kenny will take it. But what we've got here with the way Sexton's been riding is a potential for two Hondas to also be in the 450 lead. So 250 and 450s, you could potentially have two Hondas in the top three. Probably not going to happen in the 250s as we discussed with J Mart. So two Yamahas there, one Honda. In the 450s though, go Yamaha, Honda, and well, that's it. Yeah, because then to my point was right now we've got Webb and Marv battling for fifth. I don't think either one of. I think Marv's more likely to have a top 5 championship bonus in his contract than Webb is for outdoors. If that, I said more likely. It doesn't mean like a huge. I'm just saying if we were saying like 49-51. But yeah, so it's interesting seeing those two battling for fifth right now in the championship points. But seeing what could happen between Sexton and Tomac could be pretty interesting.
Webb has kind of surprised me. He didn't start out very good. I think it was until like Southwick he didn't really start doing anything.
Yeah.
And even then it's still just been 14s, 15s, and 16s, man.
Yeah, he's not been killing it.
But then again,
he's coming back around.
The only thing that really saved Marv was the first moto at Washougal and both Unadillas. Other than that, I don't know.
It's been hard to watch Marv this year. Wondering what it was about Supercross, maybe some of those crazy injuries or something, to see the difference in Marv this season as compared to Marv last season. You know, Marv was there all season long last season, fighting for the top, and then this season something happened. He just doesn't have it for these guys this year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and I think maybe that's where a lot of the speculation comes from too, saying that maybe he's done with that particular team. But who knows? It's so hard. That's why they call it silly season.
That shit's silly, yo.
Right?
That shit's silly.
So I don't know. It's it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Savachi stays orange but bounces up a rung on the ladder. And then come next month is when all the fun starts happening. It's when all the contract stuff starts getting finalized. Everybody's vying for spots and getting ready to go into the old Supercross training. And
October 1st, we'll finally see the announcement of Tomac being on a Yamaha.
Gross.
You know, he's going to be out there racing a YZ252 stroke. Just kidding. That's all a joke, people.
Right.
Trolls on the internet.
Speaking of that, the 250 is supposed to get completely revamped next year, 2023.
After what they did to that 125 this year, I'm pretty stoked to see that 250.
I can't wait.
Selling some shit.
I can't wait to ride one of those 125s just to see.
Are they gonna have one at that ride day?
They should. They have all the off-road models there, from what I'm understand. Still waiting on that dude to hit me back with the old flyer. He's like, "Well, we're adding more stuff to it." I'm like, "I don't care. Just send me what you got."
Yeah, drag and drop. Like while you're typing this email, just drag and drop and put "to be determined."
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Dirt bikes.
Oh yeah, I got some cool dudes coming up. So
you gonna have AP there?
No. Speaking of AP, did you see his dad got inducted to the AMA Hall of Fame?
Congratulations to that man.
Exactly 1 year after his stroke.
Oh.
I think it was 1 year. It was like August 7th or something like that. 7th or the 17th. I can't remember. Something with a 7. I can't remember. But yeah, it was like almost 1 year from when he had his stroke that he got inducted into it. But when it comes to 125s though, that dude could rip them. I don't know if you've ever gone back and watched some of the footage of him. That dude can wheel a bike. Oh yeah. But that's really all I got. I mean,
I don't have much else. Just Ironman's this weekend. I'm pumped to watch old Godzilla. You know.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try to catch it in between the drags.
I was going to a drag show, people.
I know. Vintage motorcycle races, dude. Doesn't get much cooler than that.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yes. And vintage cars, but the vintage cars get to go around like the little loop-de-loop circle track thing. It should be pretty cool. I'll probably have some cool videos. Sean will probably get like a Discord boner.
There's both.
Oh yeah, there's some awesome stuff that's there. But
Iron Man still on the same time zone?
Yes.
Oh yeah. 10 a.m. qualifying Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern for the races.
If it was like, what is it, 45 minutes further west, then it would be in the Central Time Zone. It's like right on the line.
Yeah, because that time zone doesn't just go straight up and down. Every time I cross the time zone on the way to Nashville or something, I forget that it kind of...
Yeah, it gets a little weird. Michael J. Fox drew the map, but a little lowbrow for you guys. My bad.
It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
You can either laugh with me or at me. It don't matter. I don't care. Either way, you're laughing.
You're laughing. That's what the goal is. Yeah, but I want to still watch Iron Man this weekend, but I'm also excited for the last two motos or last two rounds being on the West Coast so that I can actually do something during the day and still watch all the racing at night. So that'll be nice. But have you heard any potential about Hangtown may or may not be happening?
I've heard it both ways, but nobody has confirmed either way. Davey just said that he is still working on making sure everything is finalized, and as of right now, the race is still on as scheduled.
Do you know of, have they specifically said any contingencies, if you can say, about if it doesn't happen, then we'll just do 2 at Fox?
You mean 3 at Fox?
Two in a row, 3 at Fox, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would make the most logistical sense, and that would make the most sense for the teams as an alternate. But I don't think I would count them out going back up to possibly Washougal either.
There was something
or Thunder Valley.
Washington, though, that got canceled. Verb Tour had a stop in Washington. It's already canceled.
Oh, I don't know. They could end up at Thunder Valley, though, too. They didn't technically
say it was because of COVID. It could have been a number of different things, but I assumed it was because of that.
Yeah, it could have been just where they thought they had the venue, but they didn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons. But, yeah, I just figured that, Powell's a track that's always open, so it's not like they got to be like, oh, shit, we got to prep for a national already. It's a little bit easier for them to just keep everything in the same spot 2 weekends in a row.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think they prep it even when they have a year in advance notice. I mean,
I wasn't necessarily talking about track prep, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
all the other things, like laying cable.
Even then, it doesn't matter. It's still a shithole up in the old high des, dude. But it's I don't know. They might say screw Fox too and end up at Thunder Valley. That's all within a day's drive. So I would personally rather see him at Thunder Valley. I'm not a fan of Thunder Valley either. I think it's a really tight, small track that doesn't
I'd rather
need
watch
itself.
Them race Thunder Valley than Paula.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's the racing is not great at either venue, but if I had to choose and Washougal was off of the table, I would go to Thunder Valley.
Thunder in the Valley. All right. Well, yeah. I think that's about it, though. Got Ironman this weekend. 250 championship is basically nail biting.
Oh, yeah. The 450s are pretty much locked.
Yeah, it's done. The top 3 450s are pretty much settled. Kind of the same thing for the 250s, except for who's going to get first, who's going to get second. So, on to the weekend, people. Yeah, that's about all I got to say there. Let's see. So, just wrap it up. We'll run through our wonderful partners and friends that love to help us out.
We forgot to do the spots, dude. Who sauced it?
Sauced it. So, see, I made those, though. Yeah, before we do that. Drive of the race. Bye. Sunstar. Well, Justin Bogle killed it. I think his was mostly in one moto. He did, second moto, 17 spots. Second moto, Justin Bogle. Killing it. He did pretty good in qualifying. He was feeling it that day. He just had he got a 12 start in the first moto, finished in 8th. No, wait. Wrong line. Sorry. 26-14 in Moto 1. 38-17 in Moto 2 for a 33. I typed the wrong line in there. He did 33, people.
Oh, damn.
Shitty prep. I got that follow prep on my captions.
Bogle is fun to race. He doesn't get or fun to watch race. He doesn't necessarily get the results that you like to see. But watching that dude ride is pretty awesome. He'll just throw random whips and no footers and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, I'm just over here typing in fake numbers.
That's what you bankers do, man. Just make it up.
Oh, you want to know where money comes from?
All right.
just make it up. Just make it up.
Right.
Yeah, Justin Bogle, 33. So 12 spots in one moto, 21 in the second moto. And then Levi Kitchen in the 250s. 8 in one moto and 22 in the second moto. Finished. He went 16-16. He got up to 16 both times and said, I'm good. Just kidding. That's probably not what happened. He probably tried really hard.
Oh, yeah.
But he just coincidentally finished 16 both motos. And then my sauced it moment wasn't quite an on-the-ground sauced it. It could have been. But Dylan Ferrandis clearly had some brap sauce in his gas tank when he quadded that uphill.
That's what I was gonna say too. That was awesome to watch. I love the aerial view of it because there's just like burp, 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 and then you just see somebody just completely fucking send it, dude. Just
I was trying to show it to the lady this weekend, the next morning after it happened, and I was like, like that guy goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course, like the first time she looked away, right as Dylan started going, and I was like, you just totally missed my 4.
All right.
I had to go back through and explain it again.
She's like, well, I had to make sure I wasn't getting hit by a golf ball.
Yep. Exactly. And then there was another guy that pulled. Let me see if can I. Let's see if I can share this. Share screen. Share it. And then goodbye chat. And then wow.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Just murdering it, man. People just killing it. Yeah, that was that. That wasn't Dylan, by the way. That was some other privateer guy that just decided he was gonna send his nut through his throat this weekend. Yeah, killed it. Shit was pretty sick. Awesome. So yeah, that was my Sauced moment. So both of ours apparently.
Yeah. That's I mean it's hard to not be. That was a huge send.
I think the only other thing was as far as a Sauced moment would have been Christian Craig's accident, which I don't think I can pull up easily. Nope. I don't see anything right away on that. But it was pretty nice. If you can find that on the interwebs, check it out. Because he did some crazy aerial gymnastics. And there was a chance. I might be exaggerating a little bit. But he could have impaled himself on one of those track markers. The way he went flying off that bike. It was pretty gnarly. Go check that out. I don't think I saw it on the highlight reel.
That's gatedrop.com has it.
Oh, what?
I don't think you can share it though.
What is this? What is this website?
Whatever happened, it threw it off the track. Oh, we know we have it. Have a replay. Let's have a look.
Oh yeah, I saw that yesterday after I got done running. Somebody was pointed out that.
Oh yeah! Ouch.
The Dungy's back on a KTM again. All is right with the world, people.
Ooh. He'll be all right.
Oh
yeah, that's
Should I try to share it?
I wouldn't. They'll probably pull us off of YouTube.
Okay. Them and their algorithms.
Right.
That. Yeah, I'll share it in Discord. How about that? Come check us out in Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of be like, hey, for all the people. Oh, there we go. Check it out. Anyways, so yeah, that was it. And then now on to Discord. Discord link is on power2theground.com. Go over there, hit us up, play pick'ems, get prepared for pick'ems.
Get you a lifetime juggy.
Oh yeah, get your lifetime juggy membership, dude. When Jesse was putting the comparison and explaining the ounces of the different sizes last week, that's a lot of water, or beverage of your choice, however you choose to imbibe.
It's not really that much water though.
No, so just like in one bottle, like carrying one bottle, because it's like I got big ass giant hands, right? I'm thinking, 32 is a big bottle, but then you're thinking around carrying around 100-ounce bottle.
I carry this guy around with me all the time.
Yeah, so you got that, and it's plastic, and then you add all the insulation and stuff. That's almost a murder weapon.
It'll be all right.
Also, is a too thick. Yeah.
What is it? You got 18 days, 4 hours, 4 minutes, and 28 seconds and counting. The Jug Club launches 9/11 of 2021. The Jug Club launch party is 9/25 of 2021. And what do you get with it? 100 lifetime juggy, $100. Only 20 of them available, right? But you get access to all Jug Club benefits forever.
Oh, did he pick a day for the launch party?
Forever. Yeah, it's September 25th.
Oh,
You
no.
get member exclusive giveaways, GoPros, dirt bikes, tickets, etc. Access to the Couch Cross live stream. Access to members only video content, which will probably include me doing stupid shit at tracks. Included, you get the 128 ounce double D cup, Juggy Jug. You get access to Pick'em's Pro. One-time payment gets access to everything forever. Behind-the-scenes access to Jug Club setup prior to launch. Did I mention pay now, and you never have to pay again?
Never again. And you get that sweet video of Jesse.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
And what's going to happen at the launch party? Because I'm going to be out of town that day.
I guess you're going to be doing it on your phone.
I guess so.
Also, don't forget, if you do want to be on the podcast, jump over to thepowertotheground.com and hit up some of the links at the bottom, like the "Do you want to be on our podcast?" one, or run into me at one of the tracks. that seems to be how it kind of happens. I run into guys, I'm like, "Hey, you ever been on a podcast? Cool, let's go." Let me get you in touch with Jesse, because I don't know how to interview people. I will sit here and just talk shit the whole time. So.
Oh, and did you? I was looking to see. I thought Eddie was going to be at Bud Creek this weekend. I thought he said he had already signed up for it when he was on the interview. I didn't see his name on any of the qualifying stuff this weekend.
I haven't talked to him. No, I haven't talked to him, man. I've been so jammed up.
I meant to hit him up this weekend, but like I said, I ran out of time yesterday to do a lot of my extra stuff, and I think
he said he was going to try to make it, but he wasn't 100% certain if he was going to make it. It was like a 70%, but apparently it landed in the 30% of him not making it or something like that. I thought he said, but
we need to hit him up, see if our man's going to be at Ironman, so we can root him on.
Yeah, for sure.
And figure that out. Yeah, Power to the Ground. Check it out. Get on there. Get on Discord. Jump on. Hook us up. And then what we got next. We got
Bro Taco.
Just kidding. Sunstar. Switching it up. Go over to sunstar-breaking.com. Doug figured out how to get a code set up a while ago, so you can go over there, use the code, just check it out. You don't have to email him, but you can, and tell him how beautiful his beard is, to see if he can throw in some extra stickers, maybe 1, maybe 2 stickers in your order. Get some advice on how to get a shiny S sprocket like he's got there on his desk, or if you're cool, an orange one, just like he has on his desk. Get it on there.
Know. That's cool. Not a huge fan of the orange, but
yeah, we know. Somebody has to be. I'll
right.
represent.
And Jesse keeps switching all the colors to orange on this thing, and I'm like, stop! It hurts me. It hurts my soul a little bit. Right?
We've been in support of it.
I used to switch it all back to blue, and then he keeps switching it to orange. It's like a battle back and forth.
Who's gonna make it happen?
Probably Jesse. It is his show. I'm just the goofy guy that never went away.
Never went away. So Star Sprockets and Chains. You want to say anything about that, or just on to the next, Doug?
Nah. Use code PTTeacher30 to get 30% off everything in the store. And then we got stickers. We can send stickers.
There wasn't a Sunstar chain that broke this weekend.
Not yet. We've only had.
There was a non-Sunstar one that had a Master Link break this weekend. That's all I'm saying.
We've only had one chain broke, and it was on a cross-country quad after out west in Works. And it's because he landed on a boulder, and it broke the chain. It pinched the chain in between the sprocket guard and the rock. That's the only chain we broke. And he even called to say, hey, the chain broke, but I know exactly why. He's like, can you send me another one? I'm like, yeah, that's probably covered on warranty, man. Send it back. I'll get you a new one in the mail today. So,
yeah.
It's the only one we've broken so far.
Only one. They're not out there ruining the weekends. You want your power to get to the ground and last.
Oh, yeah.
Sunstar, Sprockets and Chains, kids.
And they're getting stronger and lighter next year. We might have been putting in a lot of work.
Because Doug's secretly an engineer.
I mean, it's not super secret, but I mean, that was
literally just now.
Right. Literally my job before I came here was working on airplanes and spaceships and satellites and shit. And then I was like, you know what? Motorcycles are way cooler than all this shit. I'm going back.
Yeah, satellites don't go brap.
No. And if they do, there's something extremely wrong.
Yeah.
Which could be fun too.
Also could be fun, yeah. Depending on what you're up for. So then jump on over to Bro Taco Hot Sauce, brotacofoods.com. Code PTTG for 20% off. Get you some hot sauce. If you're out there in the northwestern corner of the United States of America, go check out the Get Sauce Fest. Go hang out with Sean. Give him a hug for us. Tell him you love his sweet sauce and his hot sauce. Go check him out. Super small batch stuff. I've used it on 90% of my meals in the past week. You will too.
Oh yeah, brap sauce is still the go-to, but I did figure out that radberry tastes really good on fries. When we were digging all the jumps and stuff this weekend,
ooh,
I put some radberry on some double fried French fries, dude. 100% down.
I had it on some pork and noodles today.
It would probably go real good with pork, dude.
It was really good. It was really good on the eggs this morning. Actually, the eggs this morning I did radberry and brap sauce.
Oh, nice.
Worked out.
Get you that sweet heat.
Yeah, it's good shit. I had a friend send me some website this weekend. There was a shit ton of just crazy hot sauces all over the place. And while I looked at it, all I did was come up with ideas of what I want to send to Sean and be like, man, I need you to figure this out. Whenever.
Dude, the thing that puts Sean's above the rest is everybody else hides behind vinegar, man. And that drives me crazy. Sean actually takes the time to like figure out what a good sauce is supposed to taste like. And he nails it. It's not like, oh, Frank's and Cholula. It's all vinegar with just a touch of fucking red chilies. Lame. And it's not so hot that it has zero taste. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they've all got the different heats. Even the pineapple one, that one's clearly the spiciest one. It's still, you taste the pineapple. It's insane. It's great.
He nailed it.
And then obviously, I just love the fact that it's amazing with the radberry, knowing that man had his hand on the berries that are going into my mouth.
Because that wasn't gay. Yeah.
Anyways, folks.
Right.
Now, last but not least, by any means, Nova Pro Media at novapro.media. That is the website. Go check them out. Get you a sweet ass website like Bro Taco has, like we have at powertotheground.com, like Nova Pro has for their own website. It'll hook you up with social media, websites, newsletters, technological gizmos. Well, I don't think he builds robots. But you know what I'm saying. He might. I don't know. Jesse might be a robot.
I heard he was trying to build a motorcycle riding robot. To put that.
Why would you do that?
Why not?
Because I want to ride the motorcycle. I don't need a robot to ride the motorcycle for me.
But it'd be like a giant RC, dude. It'd be cool. You could ride your motorcycle next to that robot, dude. It'd be like racing your Ghost and Mad Skills, man.
Okay, it's a little different. Like put it on the track with me to like race against.
Yeah.
Or sidecar. It rides in a sidecar when I need to sleep. It drives.
Yeah. Or you could do those cool sidecar races like them crazy Euros do.
Who was it? Somebody in one of our Discords did that. Was it Ravenator? Was he the sidecar guy?
Yeah, the sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
No.
oh yeah, I ride motorcycles. This is what I do. And we're like, get out of here. Like,
It's
no.
not just riding motorcycles. That is, you think Dylan Ferrandis was risking his life in that quad this weekend? No, anybody racing sidecar racing the second they cross the start line, risking their life. That's insane. You watch sidecar racing at Isle of Man one time, and you will feel like the smallest
Oh yeah.
man on the planet.
I like watching the off-road ones where they're hitting all the jumps and stuff and they're both hanging off of it.
On the motocross tracks. Oh
Yeah.
that's just as gnarly in the air. Oh
yeah.
that,
I'm usually down to
doesn't
do
work
some
that way.
stupid stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure my surgeons think that I might be the dumbest person alive. But that is one thing that I will not walk into my doctor's office and be like, hey, I broke this bone doing sidecar racing, because I'm just not going to do it. Like,
No. The only racing I might do in a sidecar is to dinner and back.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. Not on a motocross track, not at 100 miles an hour on the Isle of Man. Not happening. Not me.
Nope.
Not me. Anyways, that's about it, people. Appreciate you hanging out, listening to us try to make this fun and interesting. Go hit us up on the website, find us on Discord, come chat with us during the week. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, yeah. We'll catch y'all.
Catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Oh, yeah.